Thank you for staying with us. Now, we received this message from one of our female fans, and she's asking for our advice. She says, how do you deal with in-laws that disrespect you? For example, your mother-in-law asking you to wash dishes for your sister-in-law, who she obviously is older than, while her husband's young nieces and nephews, who are much younger than her, but can very well carry out these tasks, are around. What are your thoughts? Join the conversation and call us on 081-764-1679 or 090-241-63440, or tweet to us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourView on TVC. Ladies, let me throw the question to you now. What should she do when she's been disrespected by her in-laws? The nieces, nephews are there who can carry out these tasks, but the mother-in-law is insisting she does it. What should she do?
So, I'll just, let me jump in. I'll jump in because I feel that a lot of, there are simpler ways to resolve issues like this. There's no need to feel disrespected. There's no need to feel disrespected if you are being asked to do. There's a lot of context to the story that we don't have.
Yeah.
We don't know if it is in a house or in the family house. Did you move into your in-laws' house? If you move into your in-laws' house, it is their domain. If you're not living in your own house that is owned by you and your husband, then whatever your in-laws say would be the rule, because you are the one that married into a family and it's not your house. So whether they disrespect you or you feel like it is undeserved, just pray that you guys receive enough economical stability to be able to move into your own house. Now, if this is happening in your own house, like you and your wife, your husband are living in this house together, and your in-law, mother-in-law is coming in to tell you that your in-laws have used up dirty plates and they're asking that you be the one to wash it, then you would establish boundaries straight up. Like, this is my house. If it was in your own house, mommy, I will wash the plates, I will sweep the floor, I will wash everything in your house. But inside my own house, this cannot work. Everybody would wash plates after themselves. Or you can go through the approach of having enough money and employing a house girl that will do all those kind of work for you. But I don't believe in fighting in-laws over issue, because you have a long-term relationship with them, establishing boundaries where necessary, be humble so that you can have a good, sweet relationship with them. But at the end of the day, just have money.
So basically, when they come to your house and they are asking you to do these things, it's disrespect.
Yeah. If it is in my house, you can't tell me how to live in my house. If it's in my house. If I'm in your house, your rules. Your house, your rules. My house, my rules. I am living in my house, my husband's house. I determine how I want things to go. If I am living in your house, and there are some cases where people get married into a family house, and you are using a family kitchen, in such cases, you would be forced to, with humility, do all the chores that you probably feel it's an insult. You swallow it until you get to your own place where you can do shakara.
Amola is shaking her head because I'm wondering why she's shaking her head.
I'm shaking my head because even if you are in their house, you need
some level of respect, right?
Exactly. You need to read the Riot Act to them. And it's all about, yes,
Riot
and it's all about charisma and how you carry yourself. I cannot go to my mother-in-law's house, you see me, and tell me to go and wash plates. Mommy. No. I can wash plates for my mother. I can wash plates for my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law that is older than I am. But the younger ones, what are they doing? I know Yoruba culture has this thing about, you have to call your, even if the niece, the younger person is like 10 years younger than you are, you need to call, because you're marrying into their family, you need to call them auntie this, auntie that, auntie that. So that means I should now clean up after them. It's total disrespect. And I think it also has to do with how the lady has carried herself from the beginning. Maybe she's that people pleaser. Like me. Exactly, because it is how you carry yourself that people you carry. You need to tell people how to treat you if they're not treating you right. Because if you allowed it the first time, the second time, the third time, so they're not used to it and they're telling you to go ahead and do it. Because as it is right now, it's like she's living in that house. So it's either they're telling her that, oh, you have overstayed your welcome, come and go. Or they just think that she does not have any value that she brings to the table. So you're not bringing anything, you're not bringing money, you're just sleeping, you're just waking up, make yourself useful. So it's actually one out of the two. So what I would advise in that situation is that she should get busy, get a job, wake up in the morning, even if you haven't gotten the job, go out. When you come back, maybe like 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, where are you going to?
I'm going to look for work. I'm going to look for work. It's because she's available.
Start doing it. Wash plate.
Are they paying her for it? It's because she's available now. She's not doing anything. That's why they're using her anyhow.
When I was first reading the story, the first thing that came to my mind is, what's her husband's stand on this issue? Is he saying, don't worry now, just wash it? Or is standing up for you and saying that, no, my wife can't? You know, these things are important because you would have seen the signs before marriage, knowing fully well that my husband is this person that reveres family, right? And anything my family says is the right thing. So whatever it is you're facing now, just deal with it. And also, I like to say to women, have your own. You know, there's this popular quote that say money cancels insult or something like that. So in a case like this, you can actually employ somebody to do the dishes. You can take that responsibility off you by providing the resources used for that. And one thing Yoruba would always say also is that, one, don't use it to smell your nose. So if you know that you cannot continue washing plates 20 years down the line, don't start it. Exactly. Right. So it's very important to set the boundaries, like she said, from the beginning. I understand that some families are different. It's not so easy to put those things in perspective at some point. And I'm also saying that there are times where you see that maybe it's just your parents, in-laws in the house, you know, and you can offer to help them in those cases. But when there are other children in the house and, you know, there are people that can actually take on this role, I don't mind.
There's nothing wrong with washing plates,
There's nothing wrong.
It doesn't take anything from you, right?
I feel that there's nothing wrong, but it is the consistency of it.
We don't know how consistent they are.
They're always telling her to wash plates. That's what the story says.
And you know, for some ladies, washing plates is like, just kill me. I don't like this housework. You know, sweep, wash clothes, they can do all that, but that washing plates. So it depends also on the personality of the lady. So there are many things to pick out from this story.
I take sides with the aspect of the husband, because for me, that was the missing point for me. What is his stand concerning this matter? What had been her relationship with her in-laws? What was it like before they got married? Now, if you had seen the red flags such as this, what were your complaints? What was the conversation you had with your husband with regards to these things, and how did he deal with it? Now you are being faced with it and you are burdened by it. How are you engaging your husband to say, look, this thing is going on all the time? Obviously, he's missing.
Yeah.
Because if he said something to defend her, to draw the line, because sometimes when you're engaging with your in-laws, the man should take, especially from the husband's side, the man should take the lead.
Yeah.
But here he is missing, not taking the lead. So perhaps she's not talking to her husband, or cannot even speak with her husband with regards to this issue. That is why this thing is going on. Because if she can't speak with her husband,
then it should have been addressed.
Then it would have been addressed.
There are many layers to it.
There are layers to this issue.
You know, he didn't give enough.
Does he respect her as well as his wife? Even if you are in your family house, like someone suggested, Indians live together. How do they do it? Right? We don't know the culture where she's from, what part of Nigeria she's from, speaking with regards to this issue. But yes, we know cultural aspect, like you mentioned, Yorubas have things like that. But the man, he is missing. He needs to step in to resolve whatever it is that is going on between his mom and his wife at this point. Because the relationship, like you mentioned, is a long one. It's not something that you are going to do, even if they move to their house.
So the thing when I say you are living in their house is, when I travel, I stay in I stay with some family and friends. And when I stay there, because I understand that here I'm enjoying free accommodation and I'm probably eating their meals, I ensure that I step up in washing of plates.
Or doing one chore or the other.
But I find it easy to just do washing plate because I don't like washing bathroom. I don't like washing toilet. I can deal with washing plates. So I quickly do that one before there will now be a reason to bring up. And because it's just an appropriate thing to do because I'm staying in your place. And so I find that's why I said that if you are in their house, you are enjoying their kindness. You will not take anything as insult. You will take it as life happening to me because of where I am part-time.
Right.
And you will remind yourself to, with humility, go and work hard. And when God blesses you, there's some insults that you don't need to fight. Yes, you know you are being insulted, but you will take it. You will take it because you understand the fact that there's a season. And in a short while, God will change your story and you'll be able to, you will not do shakara to them because that's a wrong mindset to have when you're praying for a testimony in your life. But I've heard stories of a friend of mine who said that she goes to her in-laws' house. She was married into a rich family. And her in-laws would cook basmati rice, and they would not give her. They would tell her they should cook normal local rice for her. And she will eat the local rice. There's no need to be angry about those.
Absolutely.
Like, there's no need. I'm giving food. Sometimes they'll be like, did you dish snail for... no. It's meat. Snail is only for Oga and all of that. No problem. You can move the snail. I'll eat fish. There's no wahala. And she took those experiences then. But the truth is today, God has changed her story completely, as in she has lifted that entire family. It's not like the right people are not doing well, but they don't talk to her like that anymore. When she gets home now, they open fridge and say, what do you want to drink? What do you want to eat? But there was no struggle even when those things were happening, because when she was recounting those stories to me and my friends, we were always like, Omo, you're trying, God will help you. Another of the friends would be like, don't even go there, don't eat again. Before you go there, eat in your house. Once they want to offer you those kind of insulting circumstances, you just say you're not eating. Me, I was of the opinion that God is your help. When God changes your story, even those that were insulting you, they'll be the ones sharing testimony on your behalf and your story to encourage others. So I'm always of the approach of that, stooping to conquer, taking the high road, understanding the fact that it might be like insults today, but tomorrow...
It takes wisdom to be able to do that, and maturity. If you haven't gotten to a level where you have matured enough to understand that this is just for a season. And that I will get out of this at some point. But then again, let's look, aside from her, let's even look at the mother-in-law who is pushing this thing. And even the sister-in-law that is pushing this thing. Why are you doing that? What do you want to achieve? Are you trying to cause a rift within the family? Why do you have to go in that direction, knowing that there are younger persons who can handle these chores, aside your son's wife? Why are you not looking in that direction? It's a question.
That's why, as a woman, before you get married, you must have value. You must have something that you are bringing on board. When you see some
you have to have something to bring on.
Yes, you have to.
You see the lady as your daughter.
No, you have to have something that you're bringing on board.
Yes, I know your daughter will wash plates.
That is why.
But then you should know when to push something.
There's a difference. There's a difference between how a sister-in-law would treat a wife that has her own and the one that does not have.
Money is...
Exactly. You see them, oh, Auntie Toby, this is that, because they know what you bring. When you're coming, you bring gifts, you bring good tidings and everything.
But there's this downside to that. Wait, calm down. We have Come here, good morning.
Good morning.
Right, go ahead with your contribution.
Okay, Auntie Veronica, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I agree with what Mr. Tokwe said. And I want to share this, my experience. I've been in a marriage. I had a first child. But you know, things like this, it always happens when the wife is not welcomed in the family or our dowry is not being paid. In my own case, my mother-in-law will be, we not come ask your hand in marriage. Now you carry belly, come our house. You know, all sorts like that. Even when I cooked for my proposed husband, she has also cooked. When I welcomed him, your food is ready. My mother-in-law will bring her food to him and said, so if my son will leave my food now and now eat your own food. When I'm washing clothes, I will find out that the elder brothers, the younger one, even if they threw clothes across my head. As in, I'm sitting on the stool washing, they would throw clothes across my head. That is how it's been done there. But I realized that I'm not welcome in this home. So I think it's either...
So how did you cope? How did you manage that period? What did you do?
What I did was, I was telling him, I did talk to him, my husband, I said, please, if it's one room, let's go and rent. We can't continue living in this place. And my mother-in-law will be like, so you want to take my son to one room? A child that is staying in a flat, and he has his own step, his own room. You can't take him out of this. Is a family house. I will be begging him. But at the long run, we thank God, we left that place. We got our own room and parlor set, and we are okay with it.
But did your husband speak with your mother-in-law that they should, and his brothers, his siblings, that they should let you be?
The thing is, the family is one. I don't understand that kind of love in between them. Nobody there come. Huh? The thing is, the family is one. Nobody there come in between them. He will always tell me, sorry, be patient, be patient. So I don't report my mother-in-law to him anymore because I don't want quarrel. Something that my mother-in-law will say, so you are now reporting my son to me. You are the one bringing problem. I keep to myself. In fact, I was the one saving money for our house rent.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Kome, for sharing. Thank you, Kome, for sharing your story with us. It's an interesting perspective that she brought to this angle, that it's not just about having something to bring to the table, but how you also got it.
Got into the...
Yes, absolutely. Talking about she fell pregnant. It could be the circumstances that got you into the family in the first place might be the reason why they are acting in this manner. But I feel that there are different ways to addressing issues, even if you are not happy.
Well, like I was saying, let me conclude my thoughts on the value proposition. As a woman, before you get married into a family, we've all been saying it, have your own. Be valuable. Let people see that you have something that you're bringing on board. You're not just a push around. And when you get into these families, don't be a people pleaser. Let them know who you are from the beginning. Don't be kneeling there. You know you're not going to kneel down for the rest of your life. Don't start kneeling down and start calling everybody auntie, auntie, auntie. Let them know. And then talking about how you come in, that one too is also important because just like the caller said, maybe you just got pregnant. So that's, again, value. Because they just look at you like, you didn't even come and beg for you. Where are you coming from? You want to come and be wife here, this, that.
Rio on the line.
So value is still at the center.
From Anthony. Rio, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead with your contribution.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to hear from you beautiful ladies, and I enjoy your program.
Thank you very much.
Now, what I want to say, I'm married. I've been married for over 15 years. I just want to, first of all, share my experience very briefly. You see, one thing is when you're married, as a man, for me, the first thing the Bible says, you leave your family and you cleave to your wife and you become one. So everybody has to respect that, first of all, to know that you are now one. There's nothing like, the family, like what the first caller said, like you can't come in between them. To me, that word doesn't exist. Once I'm one with my wife. There's this situation we traveled to see my mom. My kids were still young, very young, and I had all my sisters in the house. Then, my younger sister, I think she's the second to the last. And there was something she said to my wife. And I said, that was rude. Then the next thing my mom said, it's just a little thing. But in the family, when you're married to one of us, even if she's the junior one, the wife respects that. And I stood up and I said, where is that coming from? This is my wife. You cannot disrespect my wife in my presence. So I asked her, I said, go pack your things and let's go. I'm not going to take this. And my mom said, she's disrespecting her for saying something else. I said, you know what? My sister disrespected my wife and disrespected me. So I won't take that. There's nothing like tradition there. So moving forward, that's what happened. But moving forward, I think all men should know there should be a line. You know where to draw the line. Because that's the woman or that's the man you're going to spend the rest of your life with. If your man is not bold enough to speak, to say, oh, this is my wife, and you must respect her. You disrespect her, you disrespect me. So if the man is not bold enough to say that, I'm sorry, the wife will be disrespected. That's just my contribution. Thank you.
Right. Rio, before you go, I wonder how the relationship, how you were able to resolve everything that happened and what the relationship between your wife and your mom, your siblings, is like right now.
Okay, how I resolved that? Sorry, I didn't put that. So when I said let's go, what now happened is that when my mom started to talk, I didn't want to disrespect her, so I kept quiet. When she was done, I said the only way I will not leave this house is for my younger sister to come and apologize to my wife first and apologize to me. So when she did that, and I told my wife to apologize to my mom because she said she disrespected her. And I didn't want to flog that issue anymore. And I just said, okay, it's resolved. Then I told her, hug my mom, and she hugged my mom. Then I went to hug my sister. You know, the women saying now, my sister or my wife may not want to hug themselves immediately. So I waited for the right time, and that was done in the kitchen.
Oh, wow. Nice, nice. Thank you, Ria, for sharing your story with us. Wow. Interesting one, how he was able to step in to draw the line and also resolve the issues.
Because he's man enough.
Yes.
He's man enough. There are some men that are mommy's boys. Exactly. They do not even know what to do, how to approach.
Never marry a mommy's boy. Never, ever marry a mommy's boy. And the reason for that is if you are someone that can, love your mom, be respectful to your mom. Your mom has paid sacrifice. I am a mother of boys, and I want my children to always be mommy's boys, but I want my children to be men. When you get married, you understand the responsibility as a husband. You are defending your family.
It's okay. It's okay. Mommy's boys.